Welcome back to the channel, and today Scrap Mechanic just released DevBlog 24, and in this video we're going to be diving into the details and seeing what this means for the future of Scrap Mechanic. So it seems like this is one of the stars of this DevBlog, a brand new bot called the Miner Bot. Look at this thing. By the looks of it, it's got some like jetpack things on the back here, a mining wheel up in the front, some rocks and stuff, and like a cradle underneath it. There's some images and GIFs of it in action. Look at that drift. Look at that sick drift around the corner. All right, now this right here, this is getting kind of terrifying, actually. Look at that. Is this thing powered by explosions? All right, yeah, this might be one of the most terrifying bots to see, this thing flying around and exploding like this. But let's read about how it actually works. So what's that coming up the mine? It's a new bot introducing the Miner Bot, Scrap Mechanic's first flying bot. So it is actually a flying bot. I didn't know if it was flying or falling up here. These heavily overworked bots are flying on fumes. After all, they've been digging random holes underground in every direction, slowly overheating for who knows how long. If spotted, the Miner Bot will spray any mechanics it detects with a shower of rocks. While Miner Bots are not as accurate or alert as the tape bots, they become very dangerous very quickly in large numbers. But even if you do shoot them down, watch out, Miner Bots can crash into you. The Miner Bot is shaping up to be something that can even top the current bots. Alright, so the fact that these can even be in large numbers is also kind of terrifying, because like with the farm bots at least, you never really find more than one in an area at a time. But that does lead me to wonder how many shots these guys will take compared to a tape bot or compared to a farm bot, because they do compare them to tape bots. And those guys only take like 1 or 2 hits depending on where you hit it. But yeah, these guys seem super quick, and it looks like it uses the explosions as a bit of a boost, because you can see as it's coming down this hallway, it's going at like a normal speed. And then there's that explosion that happens right over here to just boost it off around the corner, which is pretty interesting. But I'm not sure if this is what this means, but it seems like we may be able to target the jetpack things on this and take away its ability to fly, but it'll still be alive and be able to like use its wheel or something to run into us. I don't know if that's what this means here. It could also mean that if you shoot it out of the sky, it could just fall on you. But I guess we're gonna have to wait to actually find out. All right, moving on. We've got these fancy little things for what looks like mobile farming, which is something that we cannot do in the current state of the game. Farms right now have to be on ground somewhere. You cannot have farms on creations, and you cannot move planted crops either. So this is a UV grow bed. Plant a farm underground or on your creations with the aid of the new UV grow beds. This new farming item gives you greater flexibility than ever in exchange for electricity. But be careful, bots can still find you and your precious crops, so you better encase those veggies in some sturdy material, and while you're at it, why not make a gun turret for good measure? That could be a callback to the turret seat that was introduced a DevBlog or 2 ago. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a game changer. And how cool does this truck look, by the way? But yeah, being able to have a mobile farm is really interesting. Like, this person's using it as an ammo farm. They're growing potatoes for ammo, so they're basically growing ammo as they travel around. This is definitely going to bring a new element to the nomad concept if we want to revisit that for survival. Not only can the entire base be mobile, but it can have a farm on it now too. All right, so let's move on. Looks like we've got what is the relation of all of this? Okay, some interesting shots here. Some warehouse stuff. New lighting system. Okay, here we go. This has been a long time coming, and it's almost done. The lighting system in Scrap Mechanic has been completely reworked for the next chapter. This significantly improves the game's visuals and further optimizes the frame rate for players. Now you can enjoy better performance, even with higher resolutions like 4K. We can now run double the amount of light sources and are no longer limited to 24 cast shadows anymore. Any light that casts a shadow can now render in real time, but wait, there's more. We also now have volumetric lighting on our engine that looks stunning. Even the particles are volumetrically lit. This all helps create a look and the mood that we always wanted to evoke in Scrap Mechanic, especially in the next chapter. So that's what these images are all about, are showing the lighting. So look at the lighting from the tote bots is really cool, reflecting off of the walls here. And then you can also see the lights from the warehouse. This one's pretty cool with the fan, showing the lights glowing through the fan like that. There's some pictures of that happening. So yeah, it definitely gives a different vibe to the warehouses. Even, I guess, this right here the fresh sign and the lights inside of the shacks. So the highlight of that for me is the optimization on performance. Being able to run double the amount of light sources is really good because lighting would be a huge tank on the frame rate when you started getting just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of light sources and creations, especially for base building. All right, now this one is also pretty exciting. Builder quests. We know that the world of Scrap Mechanic is very pretty, but it's also pretty empty at the moment. That's all about to change with the new builder quest. While you're out exploring and collecting resources, you will come across characters that need your help to build a variety of things. Help them out and they will have some great rewards in return. Okay, so this is interesting. By the looks of it, so this is an NPC right here on this platform, and this is already a pre-built platform, but if you look, there's one of those like build mode building ghosts that you would see like on your lift when you're trying to spawn in a creation. So it looks like this person wants you to build kind of like a lookout tower here, and it shows you like the visual blueprint of what it should look like. And I bet if you go to this screen over here, it'll probably actually show you the blueprint with the number of each type of block needed. That way you can kind of see what types of blocks you need and relate them to what you see here. I'm curious what the reward will be for doing quests like these. All right, moving on. Look at the, oh no, the truck that we saw with the mobile farm in the beginning is not doing too well anymore. All right, so it looks like this is a new fire system, because all of the parts that we've seen so far, they have a flammability rating. Oh man, look at how this thing collapses. That actually looks really nice. And just the way that all of the fire spreads on this too, I'm assuming, yeah, these are all sped up. This is very, very sped up. You can tell by the way that the trees are waving in the background that this is a fast forward. So the fire's not going to be spreading that fast. Don't worry. Fire in Scrap Mechanic. Ever wondered what those flammable entries in the item descriptions mean? At long last, we have added a fire game mechanic. Now, fires will spread if you do not put them out. And with its introduction to the red taupe bots, we expect that things are going to get a lot more heated. This might be a good time to check whether your base is fireproof. We thought it might be also interesting to show you how the fire mechanic in action. We thought it might be interesting to also show you how the fire mechanic looks in action. I think they forgot the word looks there. Fire is a lot of fun to play with in creative mode, and it is certainly satisfying to watch. So I'm happy that we're also going to get it in creative mode. I wonder how we're going to get it in creator mode. Like if we're going to be able to just like use fire, or do we have to like spawn in a red tote bot or use like an explosive canister or something to start the fire? How do we start fires in creative mode? Do you think we can intentionally start a fire in survival mode too? And can some of the bots get damaged by fire? How cool would it be to set up flame traps where you could actually like trap bots in fire and destroy them? Because at some point in the game, you could just get way more wood than you'll ever need, and then you could just set up like a trap that you could intentionally light on fire when it's triggered by like tote bots or hay bots entering them. That could be so cool. I hope that some of those bots will be able to get damaged by fire. That would be a really fun element to add into your base traps. And all right, what is going on here? What is with this room? Every warehouse has this room where there's just a pillow in front of a cardboard table with a mug on it. And it seems so important. Like somebody is supposed to meet you here and creepily say, I've been expecting you. But right now, there doesn't really seem to be anything happening with those things. So this is a really dark warehouse. It looks like all of the lights are off, except this one. This light isn't off. And the character is carrying one of those glow sticks as a flashlight. It seems like it's actually doing a pretty good job here with the new lighting system. Yeah, look at that. I wonder if you can see, you probably can't see anything without this glow stick. Like if you take this glow stick away right now, it'll probably just be pitch black. All right, new warehouse. The new warehouse is finally done. There are new sections, secrets, better rewards, and some really interesting content hidden away on the top floor and the rooftop that are waiting for you to discover it. We did manage to sneak out some images from the dev team that don't spoil too much, so here goes. So it's a completely new warehouse. This is interesting. I really want to know what this room is though. This room is a big mystery. Somebody's clearly supposed to be here, but who and what and why? All right, so I'm not seeing too much else to grab onto as far as Scrap Mechanic lore from these warehouses. Oh, something's happening over here though. What is that? Unless, you know what, this person, no, what is that? I was gonna say maybe they threw a glow stick over there, but then there would be light over there and there's not. Actually, you know what I bet it is? I bet that is tape from a tape bot gun, because it looks like there's an item floating right here, and perhaps a tape bot just got taken out here, and then that's their tape bouncing around after they die. I don't know, maybe that's my theory at least. All right, looks like we got some new outfits being teased. This looks pretty cool. I like this one. This reminds me kind of like the applicator backpack that I got. Yeah, look at that. All right, and then we got this one here. So outfits. Our digital fashionistas have been hard at work putting a lot of new outfits together, and we are getting close to having them done. Of course, we will be leaving a few for you to discover on release. This time, however, we will be revisiting 2 old outfits that we've gotten wrong the first time. Apparently, the farmhand and farmer outfits had been missing their backpacks, so we fixed it. Which one do you like best? I actually never even realized that these characters were missing backpacks. So we got a farmhand and a farmer backpack now. And what in the Vulcanoids is this? We've got drill ships in Scrap Mechanic now, apparently. What? And it looks like the drill goes flying off, and then bot capsules get launched out with rockets to slow down their descent, apparently. Look at this. Drill spawner. Even under the ground, there is no peace for a farming mechanic. When you're hard at work in the bowels of the earth, watch out for these burrowing enemy spawners. It doesn't even look like it's just a threat underground. It looks like also on the surface, you could just spawn in a bunch of tote bots. Hopefully it's just tote bots and not like tape bots or hay bots that could get spawned at any random point. But that is kind of interesting, isn't it? I just realized that there are 3 drill spawners simultaneously in this image. That's 9 tote bots being immediately dumped on you. I need to know what triggers these. What triggers these to spawn? Or is it just random at any point in the game? You just might get some bots that spawn on you for some reason. I also wonder what happens to the drill capsule here after all this is over with. Does it just stay there permanently? Does it disappear? Is there a hole left? It doesn't look like there's a hole left. If we look at this image right here, it seems like if you're looking inside the drill, it just looks like a wall right there. It doesn't look like there's an actual hole. So yeah, I'm assuming it'll despawn eventually and everything will just go back to looking like normal, like there was never a drill bot there. All right, now for the key bit of information here. What is the status of the next chapter? So time for some dev transparency. We are fully aware of all the mechanics that are waiting for our next chapter to finally come out. We see you on our Twitter and we really do understand. We always try to be optimistic when it comes to our releases, but making quality games is a lot of work. We know that you have high expectations and we want to live up to them with the next chapter. A new thing that is currently slowing things down is our decision that the huge release of the next chapter is also going to be the update that will take Scrap Mechanic out of early access. Have they mentioned this before? I don't remember that for some reason. So apparently chapter 2 is going to be like the official release of Scrap Mechanic out of early access. So this changes a few things. It means that a lot of extra polish and optimization have to be in place as well on release. This doesn't mean it's the last update, however. It just means that Scrap Mechanic will be in a released state. So to reiterate, we are polishing up the game, adding a ton of new content on top, while also adding more things to our game engine at the same time. The next chapter is shaping up nicely on our end, but we have to let it take the time it needs to become something worthy of your time and expectations, as well as something we can be proud of. We're sorry for the long wait, and that Scrap Mechanic will have to wait a bit longer, but we will deliver mechanic awesomeness, and that's a promise. We are considering setting up another dev Q&A, so if you'd like us to dig away at your questions, please let us know. So unfortunately, they didn't seem to actually give any estimate on the status of the release, because the last they said was it was supposed to release by the end of this year. Now it seems like they are delaying that without directly saying that they're delaying that. And they're not giving any specifics about how long it's going to take now. So that is kind of concerning. They seem to dodge any specifics around an updated release date. They seem to heavily imply that it's gonna get delayed, but they didn't specifically say it's not coming out this year. But I'm betting that it's going to get delayed until next year at least. But it is kind of disappointing that they're not giving us any more specifics with this seemingly new information that is going to be coming out of early access with the next update. So they're gonna want it to be a lot more polished than I guess if it wasn't going to be coming out of early access. So that is the dev blog. What do you guys think? Which teaser here was your favorite as far as teasing content for the future of the game? I think for me, the fire. I'm really looking forward to playing with fire. I really hope that we can make some creative use of it. I'm really hoping that we can have some type of automated system to start a fire, as well as an automated system to put out a fire. How cool would it be if we had fire sensors and we could actually have a sprinkler system to try to put out a fire on our flammable material? So yeah, that's the part that I'm most excited about. Hopefully it's not going to get delayed too much longer, but it does seem like this update is probably going to be the biggest content update out of any update we've had so far. So hopefully it's going to be worth the wait. All right, if you've missed any of the previous devlog reviews, there's definitely a lot more information in those devlogs that give more details on what to expect in the next chapter. So you can go ahead and check out those on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.